Hello and welcome to the In News series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha, and in today's episode we will be talking about the topic of the National Human Rights Commission, that is NHRC. So the new chairperson of the NHRC has been appointed by the President of India. So we will be looking about the whole structure of the NHRC and then how it works, about NHRC, what are the roles and functions of NHRC, tenure and removal of the chairperson and the other members of NHRC, what are the shortcomings, and in the end a prelims MCQ. Topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 2, that is statutory bodies. So the news talks about former Supreme Court Judge V. Rama Subramaniam appointed NHRC chairman. So the new chairman of NHRC has been appointed, and that is the former Supreme Court Judge V. Rama Subramaniam. As we move forward, Drishti IAS Mukherjee Nagar classes has now been shifted to Noida, and the first offline batch of Noida for Drishti IAS in English medium, for that the admissions are open, and the IAS GS Foundation course covering both prelims and mains. If you have any query, give us a call at 87501, and if you are traveling by metro to the nearest metro station is Noida sector 15, and the address is C171/2 block A sector 15 Noida. Apart from the Noida, admissions open. Lucknow batch is starting from 23rd of December, Delhi 23rd of December, Noida 9th of January, Jaipur 16th of January. So you can take admissions in these classes also. Then, keeping in mind your UPSC 2025 examination, Drishti IAS has come up with a new program named Sambhav 2025. This is present on the Drishti IAS website, and both your prelims and mains preparation is kept under consideration. Because of this, on daily basis you will be receiving 10 prelims questions plus 2 mains answer writing questions, in-depth analysis of previous year questions, complete coverage of current affairs and general studies, and many more such features. Then let's start with the news. So the President of India has appointed the retired Supreme Court Justice V. Ramasubramaniam as the chairperson of the NHRC, and the post of the NHRC chief was laying vacant since June 2024. So this year June the post was vacant. Then the President has also appointed members of the NHRC India. So the chairperson has been appointed and the members of the NHRC India has been appointed by the President of India. Now let us know about the NHRC. As the name itself talks about, National Human Rights Commission. So if in India the human rights are getting violated, then the NHRC comes into the picture. So the NHRC ensures the protection of rights related to life, liberty, equality and dignity of individuals. If any individual's life, liberty, equality and dignity, these rights are getting violated or compromised, then it is the responsibility of the NHRC to protect the right to life, liberty, equality and dignity of individual. Then these rights are guaranteed by the Indian Constitution and international covenants enforceable by Indian courts. So Indian Constitution guarantees these rights to an individual, and also they are enforceable by the Indian courts. It means legally the people can reach the court. Then the headquarters of NHRC is situated in New Delhi, and NHRC is a statutory body and it is established by the Protection of Human Rights Act 1993, and this act was amended in the year 2006 and 2019. So it is an statutory body. Then NHRC is established in conformity with the Paris Principles adopted for promoting and protecting human rights. So on international stage, Paris Principles, and keeping in view of the Paris Principle, the establishment of the NHRC took place in India for the protection and for the promotion of the human rights. Then about the composition, so who all are the members of the NHRC? Then first of all, NHRC is headed by a chairperson, and apart from the chairperson there are 5 full-time members and then there are 7 deemed members. So it is a multi-member body, chairperson plus 5 full-time member plus 7 deemed members, and chairman is a former Chief Justice of India or a Supreme Court judge. So a Chief Justice of India or a Supreme Court judge can only become the chairperson of the NHRC. So this is the composition. Now coming to the appointment and tenure. So how are the members appointed? So the members of the NHRC, the chairperson and the members are appointed by the President of India, and the President of India appoints the chairperson and the members on the recommendation of a body, and the members of that recommendatory body are Prime Minister, who heads the committee, then Prime Minister, Speaker of Lok Sabha, Minister in charge of Ministry of Home Affairs, Leader of Opposition in both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha. This is a very important aspect. This is the point from where the question can be asked. So the recommendatory body is Prime Minister, who is heading it, Speaker of Lok Sabha, Minister in charge of Ministry of Home Affairs, Leader of Opposition in both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and the Deputy Chairman of the Rajya Sabha. Then the 5 full-time members of the NHRC are either retired or serving judge of the Supreme Court, retired or serving the Chief Justice of a High Court, and then there are 3 other members who must have knowledge and practical experience in the matters of human rights, and 1 or more women can be a part of it. So one of the members shall be a woman. Then comes the 7 deemed members. So who are these 7 deemed members of NHRC? They are chairpersons of the National Commission for Minorities, Backward Classes, Persons with Disabilities, Scheduled Caste, Scheduled Tribe, Protection of Child Rights, and Women. So these are the 7 deemed members and 5 full-time members of NHRC. Now coming to the role and functions of NHRC. So what are the functions of NHRC? So it possesses power of a civil court with judicial proceedings. So it has the power of the civil court, only the powers of the civil court, but it does not have the power to give punishment. Only with regard to the judicial proceedings, like for example, it can ask for the evidence, but it cannot give punishments. Then empowered to utilize the services of the central or state government officers. So they can use the services or utilize the services of the central or state government officers. It can investigate matters within 1 year of their occurrence. So if any matter has, like for example, if any matter took place in the year 2023, then that matter cannot be taken up by the NHRC in the year 2025. Only within 1 year of its occurrence. Occurrence means the date on which the matter has taken place or has happened. After that, only 1 year. Functions are primarily recommendatory in nature. Recommendatory in nature means that it is not binding on the authority to accept what the NHRC has given, or it is only advisory in nature, it is not binding in nature. Now what about the tenure and removal? So the tenure of the NHRC, the tenure is 3 years or till the age of 70 years. So the tenure for the chairperson is 3 years tenure or till the person is 70 years of age, whichever is earlier. The chairperson and members both are eligible for reappointment. It means they can be reappointed to the position, but they cannot get employment. Then about the removal, so by the order of the president. So the removal of the chairperson or the members of the NHRC can be done only by the order of the president, and the ground is proved misbehavior or incapacity. Proved misbehavior or incapacity after consultation with the Supreme Court. These are important points and important words that can be asked in the examination, that what is the ground for the removal of the NHRC. So that NHRC chairperson or members, so that is removed by the president on the grounds of proved misbehavior or incapacity. Tenure is 3 years or till the age of 70 years, whichever is earlier. And chairperson and members both are eligible for reappointment, but they cannot get further employment in any other wing. Then what are the shortcomings of the NHRC? Shortcomings means you can also say weaknesses of NHRC, that is non-binding nature of recommendation, because they are advisory in nature, they are recommendatory in nature, but they are not binding on nature, so they can be ignored. Then inability to punish violators. So the power to punish violators is not with the NHRC. It only has the power for judicial proceedings that we just saw. Judicial proceedings. Then resource constraint is the other problem of the NHRC. Not many people are there, and plus the financial resources also they lack. They also lack independence because the members are chosen by the government, because the recommendatory body consists of the people of the, you can say, the parliament. Then time limitations in case of historical human rights violations, because that 1 year period since the time of occurrence of the event, only till 1 year NHRC can look into it. After that it cannot take up the issue. So this was it, and in the end Drishti IAS has come up with the recap series, and this recap series consists of bit-sized episodes in which you will get the coverage of the 2024, what has happened in the 2024. So you can go and check out the recap series, and recently the Science and Tech episode has been uploaded. So if you want to have the brief recap, or you can see the episodes what has happened in the year 2024, go and check out the recap series. Then in the end, a prelims MCQ, and like always you people will give me the answer in the comment section. So the question reads, consider the following. It is a PYQ of the year 2011. Right to education, right to equal access to public service, and right to food. Which of the above is or are human right or human rights under the Universal Declaration of Human Rights? Codes are 1 only, 1 and 2 only, 3 only, 1, 2 and 3. As it is a PYQ, I expect you people to give me the answer. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading, keep writing, and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.